Now we will be looking at global partnership within Sri Lanka. And first, we'll be taking a look at the United Nations location here in Sri Lanka. So there, right there is the United Nations compound. We're going to zoom in on that a little bit. Right here, actually. So that's it right there. Located in the capital of Sri Lanka, which is Colombo. Now, we will be moving on to the ODA, works on as one of the sources to achieve the Millennium Development Goals in a developing country. However, the amount of ODA received by Sri Lanka as a percentage of GNI declined from 5% in 1992 to 3% in 2005. Besides, the allocation of aid for the trade sector has remained minimal, and the allocation for the agriculture sector has declined, even though these two subsectors are important and need more attention in order to create the enabling environment for Sri Lanka to achieve the first 7 Millennium Development Goals. There has been a rapid increase in access to telecommunication services in Sri Lanka since 1999. The percentage of households with personal computers has more than doubled from 3.8% in 2004 to 8.2% in 2006-2007. However, again, the disparity across sectors is significant. While 17.8% of the urban households own a computer, only 6.9% and 1.1% own computers in the rural and estate sectors, respectively. Right now, we're looking at India, which is one of the major export destinations for Sri Lanka. They're mostly Asian countries, and so one of them also is Japan and also China. These are all three of those are major import suppliers to Sri Lanka. The export share to developed countries was 91.7% in 1992 and has gradually reduced to 68.7% in 2006, which needs further analysis to assess its impact on the total external trade of the country. Garment exports are above 40% of total exports of the country, but the share of garment exports in total exports has changed little during 1995 and 2006. Garment exports are mainly to developed countries and enjoy the duty concessions from importers. Even though in the recent years countries like India, Iran, Malaysia, etc. have become prominent trading partners, the U.S. remains Sri Lanka's largest export destination, and its shares around 30% of the total exports. The second largest export destination is the United Kingdom, with a share of around 13%. Sri Lanka has benefited from tariff concessions or duty-free given under the GSP Plus scheme for garments. Right now we're just looking at some of the military within Sri Lanka. This is the Air Force, so we're just going to be looking at the Sri Lanka Air Force headquarters in Colombo. It's right there on A. Now we're going to be looking at some more military here in Sri Lanka. The armed forces comprise the Sri Lanka Army, the Sri Lankan Navy, and Sri Lanka Air Force, and they come under the purview of the Ministry of Defense. And so that's just an army camp right there. Now we're looking at the Embassy of Switzerland, which is part of the SDC. They have improved living conditions and income opportunities in its medium long-term programs. The SDC seeks to improve the income and working conditions of the migrants while fostering their reconstruction of schools and wells. In addition, the SDC is engaged in peace promotion. So Sri Lanka and the SDC have a partnership in helping out Sri Lanka. Funding for relief agencies, the SDC contributes financial support to the International Committee of the Red Cross, the programs of the UN organizations UNHCR and WFP, as well as local relief organizations in Sri Lanka. In reconstruction after the tsunami, since 2000, the SDC has been active in Sri Lanka with reconstruction and development cooperation projects. In mid-2008, it successfully terminated a wide-ranging post-tsunami program within the scope of which over 10,000 homes were either restored or entirely built anew. 4 schools were reconstructed. So they're a big help in rebuilding of Sri Lanka.